Easier than the other.
Hey y'all, I'm back with another video. Today I got my siblings with me. And we got some JJ's chicken. I hope y'all can see that. With the crack sauce and the seasoning and the lemon pepper seasoning on it. We also have their fries. We got some hot sauce, some ketchup. We got some Sprite, some Tahitian treat. My personal favorite is red hot sauce. I'm gonna say grace. We gonna start eating. Lord, I thank you for this day. I thank you for this meal. I thank you for bringing us together. I ask that you bless this food. Let it be nourishment to our bodies. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Move the Sprite because it was covering your face.
I know. I was like, oh, let me move that. We can't even see her.
Is this? What?
That's your
Is that a stain?
That's your
I don't know.
Yo, stuff you like.
Pass it down.
Take one pass it.
Yeah.
Here you go.
I gotta sneeze.
Okay, no. Wait. Anybody want me to pass them the fries?
Don't take it.
You said what? Here, you want napkin?
I do, but
I mean, your hands coming there, dude.
yeah,
Oh, got it.
but real crispy. These fries are real crispy. Oh my god.
Hold on, wait. Is torch is hitting?
Yeah.
Bussing. Nobody else gonna struggle. There you go. So y'all know Valentine's Day coming up. So I'm gonna be on the bench. Y'all going out on dates or y'all gonna be in the house? What y'all gonna be doing?
You want some ice?
Yeah.
Thank you. You got your
got
fingers
nails.
all on my
Cause you know, Valentine's Day is like the Super Bowl of cuffing season. So like, if you make it all the way to Valentine's Day, and y'all together and whatnot, and they not with whoever else they was talking to, they ain't with no side piece or nothing like that. Y'all real, y'all
good.
official.
Y'all
I
in there.
This one.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, this one
I don't even know what that hot sauce tastes like, honestly.
That's yours. Give me some fries, please.
What can you?
Fries. We'll be out this done.
Alright.
Something tell me that's gonna be hot.
What was the last date y'all went on?
Oh God. I'm gonna let them go first.
Well, for y'all too. What was the last date y'all went on together?
I guess it depends. Is it like a normal outing date or like a we dress up and go out date?
I guess either one. Like
I feel like it's so hard to pick.
y'all go on a date like every week.
I know.
Every day.
Which is good that y'all spending time like that. You supposed to do that.
Yeah.
That's how you bond. You gotta spend time.
What was our last date? What? Oh, New Year's.
What y'all do?
Right.
Y'all went
No.
out of town, right? Right?
No,
We went out of town for Thanksgiving.
Oh, I'm
That's-
tripping.
right.
Something be happening.
We were at McDonald's. That's when we had the story about La Quinta.
Right.
Oh yeah.
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 You tripping good.
That's the whole story in itself.
Yeah.
That hot sauce is pretty good.
But it was good
It's not
nonetheless.
spicy water.
We were go to where did we go to eat?
Where do we go to eat for what?
New Year's.
Miyako's.
Yeah.
Never again.
You guys can ketchup. A packet.
It's all under there. What was y'all best date? I can think what our
Best
best
date?
date was.
Like ever in life, or you mean?
Yeah, like ever in
My
life.
best date ever
Oh.
You said best day ever. Best day ever. Best day ever. I could say New Year's, but I feel like I'm biased because it's like holiday season is my favorite time of the year, so I might be biased with that. Outside of that, best day ever. It's a tie between the time it was a first date and I went to a Braves game. We went to, I don't even remember the name of the restaurant. Somewhere in Marietta first. And then we went to the Braves game, which like it was crazy how that worked out because now you can't even go to a Braves game.
I know. And I wanted to go to one this year.
Yeah. And I got a chance to see their brand new stadium and everything.
It's pretty dope out there. And they got more stuff to do than just go see the game.
Right. That's what I liked about it. Like they had little bars and shops and stuff. That was pretty dope. Yeah. I had a good time. It was between that and like the time I went on a date with somebody. And I think, honestly, the reason why it was the best day ever is because it was like I met the male version of myself. So, like, the date started probably like 12 o'clock. And we in this restaurant talking, laughing, kiki, and next thing you know, you look up, it's like literally like 6 p.m.
Damn. Wow.
We leaving the place, and I'm thinking, you know what I mean, we finna go our separate ways because we really been in here long enough to clock in and clock back out. And he's like, so what we about to do next? I'm like, oh, you're not tired of me yet? Oh, wow. So, we went to Marble Slab, which wasn't far.
Oh, that's good. We love Marble Slab.
And, we had ice cream and we were just sitting outside talking and just kind of vibing out. It was really simple, but it was really nice. And the conversation was pretty cool. Like,
conversation is key. If we can't talk about nothing.
And by the time the whole date was over, by the time like he was dropping me back off at my car at the restaurant we were at, it was like 10 o'clock at night.
Gosh.
I've been out all day.
Right. Literally. I spent the whole entire day.
And this was the first date?
This was the first date.
Oh, dang.
How about you, Fallon? What was your best date ever?
For me, I'm going to say when we went to Wild 'N Out. Back in February. It was pretty cool. What you say?
I agree.
Either that or the Myrtle Beach trip. Either or. Honestly.
Oh, yeah. I know that was nice.
Myrtle Beach was fun.
Yeah.
Like, we want to go back.
Taking it back.
Yes. On the beach for Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Right. And did y'all see hurricanes on the strip? Was y'all down that far? I don't know if y'all
No. And then because of COVID, you know, a lot of stuff was still shut down.
Oh, true.
So it really wasn't much to do. But just the fact of, like, we getting away.
Yeah.
It's something different. And plus, we on the beach. Yeah.
Was it cold by the water?
Actually, no. The water.
It was a little cool now. It was a little cool. But it was still, you know, you could pop out with your 2-piece or something.
That's cool.
That water was freezing cold.
I'm sure.
But at nighttime, you could stand out on the balcony. And it was just warm. You could feel the breeze. And it was warm. It was like a cool breeze. So it was just feeling perfect.
Yeah. What was your worst date ever?
I got to hear you.
So my worst date was literally maybe 2 years ago. I got asked out on a date, you know, first time hanging out with this person. And me, I'm the type of person, even if somebody asks me out to go anywhere, I'm not going nowhere broke, you know?
Period.
You always go with your own bag.
Period.
Your own coin.
Period, because I'm going to what I want.
Exactly. So, you know, we sitting down, having regular conversation, just chatting it up. So the end of the night come, and you know, as a gentleman, you would think, oh, okay, he asked me out on a date. He got the bill, but just in case, you know, I got it.
Right.
So he was like, oh, okay, well, how you want to do this when the bill came?
Oh.
So I did, excuse me? Huh? Like, what?
This wasn't no date then. This was
Exactly.
two friends hanging out. That's what that sound like to me.
Right.
Exactly. And I was like, well, you know, I can take care of my half and you can take care of your half. So he was like, okay, cool. So, you know, the lady came. I gave her my card. He gave her his card.
Mm-hmm.
And what got me was, you know, you didn't have no money.
Oh, here we go.
Why the card come back declined?
Oh, wow.
No.
I said, oh, no. So, of course, I was like, well, I mean, we can't do no dine and dash. So, just go ahead and run my card for, you know, whatever he has. I was just like, yeah, never again.
You good. And this is
Never
the first date?
The first date.
Oh, no, ma'am.
Never
I
again.
paid for my food.
Never
So
again.
I won't be dining and dashing, but you will have to call somebody. Big dog.
Right.
No, that's not a good look.
Never again. Mm-mm.
Wow.
And like the conversation and all was okay, but
He probably had that planned out from jump. He knew before he went on the date that he ain't had no money, but he was going. But that's the situation. Well, he tried.
he tried hard. Then later that night, you know, folks text you at night and check up on you.
You're blocked. You're blocked.
Okay.
When we
You've been
going
blocked
out
at the
again, you
table.
know, I'm sorry that my car didn't go through. I don't know what the issue is, and you know, it's not gonna happen again. The
You're
next dinner is on me.
correct.
Exactly, the next dinner is on me. As far as I'm concerned, it's still on you.
Right.
Because we ain't going out no more.
Right.
No,
Dinner
thank
is
you.
on me.
Mm-mm.
What a first impression.
Terrible.
Right.
Terrible.
What about you, Jay? What was your worst date ever?
Well, considering I've never been on a date.
Wow.
In fact, when me and Fallon went to our first date, which was technically my first date.
Wow.
After church, you come out after church.
Yeah, after church.
Wow.
We went to Applebee's.
And that was a great one too.
And that was wonderful.
We haven't had a bad date.
That's good.
We really haven't.
Your first date was a legit date.
And I'm still with the one I went on a date.
Period.
And
Period.
we went to church.
And we went to church.
Right. You did it right.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
then we ended up seeing a movie that night.
Yeah, we did.
Mm-hmm.
Capped it off and everything.
Everything. Didn't want to leave.
That's how it should be.
I agree.
Yeah, it's been perfect ever since.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't got no bad experience.
What about you, Jayla?
Ooh. Best date ever.
I'm gonna start good.
Best date ever? So
That's a problem.
one of my guy friends, well, we aren't friends anymore, but when we were friends, like we had been friends for a couple years.
Mm-hmm.
And out of nowhere, he, was talking about like he had feelings for me and wanted to like go on a date. And I'm like,
Took somebody out the friend zone. There you go.
okay. I thought, well, I've gotten to know you. You seem like we're friends. So like clearly, I feel like you're a good person. So
Mm-hmm.
sure. So we went to my favorite restaurant, Cheddar's, and just talking and laughing. It's like it didn't feel like a date. It felt like
You out with your friend?
yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
So I had a good time. There was no pressure. And it was fun. And we went and got, I think it was like ice cream or cheesecake or something like that.
Nice.
Afterwards, so I can say that's probably my best one
Mm-hmm.
so far. Worst one? Oh wow.
Well,
That thing sound like a motor.
We do.
Oh, the fan.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's hard. It's a tie between
Wow.
two different occasions.
Let me pour up.
Two different people.
Refill.
So the first occasion, this guy that I dated a few years ago, we hadn't like been together long, and we went to this restaurant by the our college called Madison's. It's like they're known for like their wings and stuff. It kind of reminds you of I don't know. It's its own unique thing. Anyway, so you know we get there and you know our waitress comes over and she's probably what you want?
A fry.
Oh, here.
We're you know the waitress isn't much older than we are, so you know she's a college student too, just trying to get her back now. And like the guy is rude to her, like
Your date is rude?
yes, so rude to her, like
It was embarrassing.
it was very embarrassing. You know, because he was like ordering her around, he wasn't asking. You know, like people, you know, waiters and waitresses and servers, they're humans too.
Right.
Like you can't treat them like crap.
Yeah.
Like they have feelings too. This is their job. But he was like ordering her around, and when our food came out, like I guess the chef put something in his food that he didn't want, and so he was like kind of going off on her.
Oh wow.
Saying like, you know, I didn't want this, take this back, take this out, and like, and I was just sitting there, I was so embarrassed, and I was apologizing to her. I'm like, I'm so sorry that, you know, he's being so mean to you, like, and I gave her a nice tip when we left, but so when he finally got his food the way he wanted it, you know, he's like trying to make conversation and it's like talking with his mouth full, food flying out his mouth.
Oh, that is
I'm
the
just
word.
like,
That is the word.
get me out of here. Help. I was like, never again.
Sheesh.
No, thank you.
It was over after that anyway because
But he's rude.
he was trash anyway as a person, but like that was just the icing on the cake. So I was like, yeah, no,
That happened.
this is right. So the second worst date is a few years. This is probably like maybe 2 years ago. This guy that I was dating, y'all probably will know who I'm talking about. But we went to, I think it was Denny's, and it wasn't a first date.
I was about to say.
Not as a first date. And you know, we get our food and like he was just annoying anyway because he's like one of those types of people who's just like a female.
Just be specific.
Like no.
Oh.
You gotta make sure.
Like has female tendencies, you know, like super insecure and like, you know, starting drama, always in drama. And you know, just like the
Just
female
doing
stuff.
too much.
Drama.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway,
What?
so I was already annoyed. I was already like over it. Not long after we got there. And so like, you know, I'm trying to eat my food and I think I got something simple like chicken tenders and fries, and I think it came with like bread. And this fool like literally reaches across the table, picks up my bread, and goes, "Can I have some of your bread?"
Wow.
I'm like, I literally almost reached across the table and punched him. It's like, you do not put your hands on somebody else's food. You ask before touching. Like, let the person say yes or no. Don't just reach across and touch somebody's food with your dirty hands. You've been licking all of your fingers, touching all on the table, and now you want to put your hands on my food?
Gross.
No, thank you.
Like,
Next
I was
caller.
so livid after that.
Right. Next caller.
Next caller.
Like, you know what?
So have y'all ever been so turned off by a person on the first date to where it's like, yeah, like strike 3.
Yeah.
Like skip 1 and 2. Like that's a wrap.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Or even in the talking stage.
My worst date, I went on a date with this dude. We went to a Mexican restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
We get there, and he's trying to like force chemistry, so he keeps like putting his arm around me and like pulling me in, but it's awkward because we're sitting at the bar and we're sitting on stools, so it's like if you keep pulling me over, I'm gonna fall. And he kept like rubbing on my leg. I'm like, relax, right? So then the bill come, and he's looking very concerned. Like he got quiet.
We're at
like,
the Mexican,
oh my God.
sitting at the
like
bar.
he's looking very like disturbed. The bill was like $45, but I'm like, our food was $10 to $13 each. We got big old drinks. The drinks was $13 to $15 each. If you add it up and then add tax, this sounds about right. How is it that $45 is like breaking your heart right now?
Stressing.
So then we leave there. This is where I went wrong because he said, "Do you want to go to the movies?"
Mm-hmm.
I should have said, "No, it's okay. You know, have a good night or whatever." I said yes because he asked if I wanted to go see Aladdin, and Aladdin had just came out, and I really truly did want to see that movie. So I said, "Yeah."
Yeah.
Horrible idea. We pull off, we get to the light before you get on the freeway. He pulling up on the side, he rolling his window down, doing this and making faces. It was so cringy. It was so cringy. And honestly, I'm like, I could just go around and dip off. But I'm like, I get a vibe he gonna follow me. Because he's supposed to be following me to this movie theater. So if I pull off, I don't doubt that he's gonna, you know what I mean?
Right.
Now we got an issue. So we get to the movie theater, we get out the car. We're walking, you know, towards the movie theater, and he's like,
please don't tell me 50-50 on the first date.
he said something, and he was like, now you get to pay me back. And I was like,
Excuse me.
pay you back?
What?
I already knew what type of time he was on. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. So we get inside. I walked to the counter. I said 2 for Aladdin. Now, once we get inside, he starts kind of trailing behind me instead of walking on the side of me like he was before he made that statement. Now he's kind of behind me and over to the side. So we get inside. I say 2 for Aladdin. You know, she rings it up, hands the tickets, and she's like 24 or something. And he's still standing kind of behind me, pretending like he not paying attention, like he looking all off into space. Like,
no, sir.
So I just move over and I'm like, oh, cause I guess we gonna stand here. I don't say nothing. I just move over and wait.
She said $24.
Right. He's like, oh, like, okay, all right, okay. So he swipes or whatever. We get inside. What he did at the restaurant, he turned it up a notch once we got in the theater. So now we in the theater. Now we all in the dark, and it is during the day, so it's not that many people in the theater. Like, yeah, he definitely thought he was gonna get paid back.
Oh, so that's when
especially because I didn't pay for the movie. I guess he broke or something because $45 was alarming paying for dinner. So now we get to the theater. You got
if
to
a
pay
$70 date is breaking your pockets, you don't need to try to talk to anybody.
So
if a $70 date is the end
we
all
get
be
in
all.
there. And I sit down. He really doing this to where I'm like, he pulling me like where I'm all tucked up under here.
He lifted up the armrest.
Yeah, and everything.
Oh no!
And he's really, yes, first date. He's
trying to get comfy.
trying to like, and I'm like this, like he's pulling me that tight, and I kept sitting up and kind of like doing like this, and I'm thinking I could just go to the bathroom and
leave,
but
peace out.
But I kept thinking, like, I feel like he's the type that will follow me. That's why I didn't do it.
Creep.
But I am into the movie because I wanted to see this movie.
I'm pulling that movie.
So I'm watching the movie, and out of my peripheral vision, I keep seeing him turn his head and look at me, and I'm like, oh, he trying to have a moment. I said, I'm not gonna look at him because if I acknowledge the fact that I know that you're looking at me, he gonna pounce. Like, go in and try to kiss me.
No, thank
Not
you.
happening. It kept happening the whole movie.
Diseases.
Finally, the credits come.
Okay, that's enough.
And normally I sit and wait to see if there's gonna be a cameo after a movie. Nope. Credits come on. I jumped out my seat. Like, okay, well, this is
Gotta go.
So I grabbed my stuff and I started walking, and I'm not really paying attention to whether or not he's behind me, but he was following close behind me. So we get outside, and he's like, "Oh, I had a great time. Maybe we go on another date." I'm quiet. So we get to the car, and he parked right next to me, and I unlock my door. He's like, "No, I'm not ready for you to go yet." He starts pulling me into him, still trying to have a moment.
Oh no.
And I'm just like,
He asked him to get made.
Like how?
so then he like go from pulling me into him to trying to turn it into like, you know, we having one of those parking lot conversations.
Yeah.
You know, trying to have the moment. And I'm like, so I'm like, I could just turn this into a little church hug and go about my business. So, you know what I mean?
Right.
Not a church hug.
And I'm trying to like be done. So I do this, but then I notice he pulled back a little bit. And I'm like, you still trying to go for a kiss, bro. It's not happening. So I turned all the way around, like, okay, bye. And I'm like, trying to open my door. No, I'm not ready for you to go yet. He's still pulling on me and stuff. Yeah. And I'm proceeding to just continue to get in my car, even though he's trying to like stop me from doing it. And I'm about to sit down in the car, and I'm still saying, okay, bye. Like, I'm about to smash your fingers. Stop. Then he's like, he finally stops, but he has this really disappointed look on his face. And he was just like, well, let me know when you get home. First of all,
no.
He was blocked before I pull it off. So by the time you get home, you can't even find me. Right. You can't find me nowhere. That was probably the worst date. Second to that was when I went on the date. And the date itself wasn't all that bad. It's just, I knew it wasn't going to go nowhere. I knew I was too much for him when I got out the car.
Yeah.
Like, he was soft. And when I say soft, I don't mean like showing emotions. Because some guys think that's what that means. Like, it makes you weak to show your emotions or express how you feel. That's not what I mean. No. I don't think that makes a man weak. When I say soft or weak, I mean like you a pushover. Like, you don't have no backbone. And I felt like that was the kind of person he was. So when I get out the car, his jaw literally drops. And I was like, nope. I'm out of your league. I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I just knew it. So we go inside the restaurant, and they taking forever to like acknowledge us, and I'm just kind of paying attention to how he's handling it, and he's just sitting there
just letting.
And I'm like, see, you don't have a real man would have said something by now.
You stick your foot out, trip on
right. That was strike one. Well, really, that was strike two. We leave there. We go to the movies. They took forever, so we ended up not even eating there. We go to the movies. And while we're in there, I peep other people looking at us. And I was like, dang, they can even tell. Like, you know how you see two people together, you like, they don't even match. Like,
exactly.
What is she doing with him? What is he doing with her? Like, you could just tell.
Yeah.
It was that. So we leave there and we go to IHOP. And while we're at IHOP, like, he's flirting and making faces and like.
With you?
Yeah, and making, you know what I mean, under the table kind of jokes. And it was very cringe because he was just very like an awkward kind of person. So it's just like, we would never even take this there. I really want you to calm down. So then, like, the date's finally over, and he hit me up like some days later asking like when we were gonna go on another date, and how come like he had been hitting me up and I wasn't replying. And I was like, I'm gonna have to be honest with you, like, you too soft for me. Like, you cool, but like I don't want to take this beyond this because you too soft. And he's like, what do you mean? And I'm like, I'm not trying to disrespect you. I don't, like, you just don't have no backbone. Like, you just soft. Like, you're a pushover. And I know, like, I am very opinionated. I'm very strong-willed. If I don't want to do something, I'm not gonna do it. If I want to do something, I'm going to do it. And like, I just feel like you're gonna be a yes man.
You're not it.
I don't doubt that he would have been loyal. I don't doubt that he would have treated me like a queen. I don't doubt that he would have kissed the ground I walked on. That's cool for a man. My problem is I need somebody that is an alpha male. You know what I mean? You're nowhere near it. So I'm like, I don't want to feel like I'm dating my son or like, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, definitely.
I can't do it. Yeah.
Excuse me, whoa.
Go ahead.
Sorry, y'all. The camera cut off. What you say?
So, do y'all see a problem with a guy DMing y'all multiple times and you never say nothing back, but you just open up the message? I don't see nothing wrong with it. It sent to me that sends you a message like stop.
Yeah.
You know?
Sometimes, most of the times I don't open it. Most times I just swipe left and click delete.
Delete, yeah.
Like it's like you never inbox me at all. But I don't know. I mean, it's annoying.
It's very annoying.
Cause it be the same handful of people that do it, and they talk to themselves, and it's just like I don't get it.
Not one bit.
I can still thought was stringing you along or giving you some type of dialogue, but
Nothing at all.
it's annoying. Yeah, that going on dates thing is tricky. Are you okay? Okay, I have a question. When you break up with somebody, how long before you move on? Like before you start talking to new people, how long does it take you?
It depends on what took place. It depends on like why we broke up. If that makes sense. Like, I know for me, like, if that person was like really abusive, like mentally, emotionally, I need time to heal that, to let go of it, and like remember that it wasn't me who was the problem, and like, you know, just get over the situation in general.
Yeah.
Because it wouldn't be fair to someone who wasn't there, who didn't do it, for me to be like taking all of my like whatever I'm feeling out on them. So for me, sometimes it takes 6 months, sometimes it takes me a year or 2 years. Like it depends on what happened. And not saying that like the whole time I'm like not over the person, because I can be over somebody like that. It's more so I'm over you, just not what you did.
The situation.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So.
I think for me, once I get my closure, I'm good. Nothing else.
Define closure. Like when you say closure, like you want the full scope of why they did what they did, or why it's over, or
yeah. So like for me, and not like you said, not to toot my own horn, but anything that's happened in the past, like it wasn't my fault.
Yeah.
At all.
Big facts.
So for me, it took for me to hear why you did what you did, why you lied about what you did.
Oh wow.
And then just, you know, that's all I need. Because after that, I don't have anything else to say. We can't be cool. I'm not mad. We're not friends.
Right.
But, you know, we see each other. What about you?
How long it take you to move on?
It depends on the relationship. If we dated and didn't have any form of real intimacy between each other or real connection, a couple hours.
It be like that.
It's just like
I wasn't all that invested.
right.
Exactly.
There's nothing. If there's nothing keeping
No
me
real
up,
ties.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
I dated this girl for 3 months. And there was nothing romantic between us.
Yeah.
And I think it was just a void filler. But she turned out to be toxic anyways.
Wow.
So I guess she thought that I could be one of the type of guys that was gonna chase after her, or she act like she got an attitude, so she'll walk out of the room that we're in if we're in there with a bunch of friends, and she thinks I'm gonna be the type that wanna come over or around the room and come after her and do all that.
I'm not about to kiss your tail.
big dog.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's just like, oh, what's wrong with her? Kill.
Yeah.
Right, for real.
like, I'm not.
Sounds personal.
Right.
I'm not tripping off the fact that you mad or you trying to get attention.
Right.
But
Grow up.
it's like I'm not everybody else. I don't handle the same situations like everybody else do.
Right.
You used to all these guys that want to run after you and be all up in your face, all goo goo gaga. I could care less. But yeah, we didn't have anything real between us. So
Yeah.
when she was giving me ultimatums, like choose between,
What?
for example, because I vape. She said, you know, because I drink. She was like, it's either drinking or it's me. And I was like, shit.
Bye.
What?
Where the bottle at?
Peace out.
That's a bit extreme.
I could drink my anger through this bottle. I can't do nothing with you.
Who
So,
are you?
You
right.
can see yourself.
You don't even
So-
hold that type of weight.
At all.
Not at all.
We've been together how long? 3
3
months?
months. And that wasn't,
Girl,
even
bye.
that wasn't even the 3-month mark. That was like the month and a half mark.
I mean, 3 months. Your name's not even saved
You
yet.
think-
Y'all
Right.
was just talking.
So,
Y'all wasn't
exactly.
even like.
Bye. You can go straight to him.
Okay.
Yeah.
No.
I got over that within a couple hours and it was on to the next. But then you have some relationships where it took me a year or two to fully recover from it. And because that was, at the time, I felt like that was my first real relationship, but even that was toxic. So,
I feel that.
or it was a lot of things that could have been done differently, but nothing was said. Nothing was done about it. So,
What you doing?
I was looking. Sorry.
but yeah, so, yeah, it just depends on the relationship. Depends on what we have. Is there something in you that's going to keep me remembering you after we break up? Is there something, a virtue or a feature or whatever it is about you that's going to make me always think about you? Is there something that's going to make me, is there an event that's going to happen outside of my house that's going to remind me of you? Oh, I remember when me and so-and-so did this, or I remember when that, or I remember when she did this and we were laughing. Is it going to be something like that? Or is it going to be, I'm not going to be able to remember your last name in the next 2 days? So I just really think it depends on the person and our connection. That will result in my turnover rate. So,
Turn over.
Personally, because I usually grieve while I'm still in it. Like once I reach a point where I know, like, okay, this ain't working, or we on 2 separate pages, or you doing this and I'm doing that. You're growing, but you're growing this way. I'm growing, but I'm growing that way. Or you know what I mean? Like we just not. It's clear, like there's no way for this to continue. I start the grieving process while I'm in it. I start to kind of check out and like make peace with it being over with while I'm still in it. Still kind of giving you a chance to pull it together if you gonna do it, but if not, like
It's
you know what I mean? Like I'm mentally and emotionally like preparing myself for it. So by the time I get to a point where I call it quits, like I don't even look at you like that by that point. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not even attracted to you anymore by that point. It's really over. And I can cut a person off. I've never been a person that can break up with somebody and not be their friend because like I said, I don't look at you with those set of eyes. Like I could break up with you and you back to bro. Like it's like we never dated. Like
really?
Like seriously back in the friend zone. But I have yet to break up with somebody and it be a safe space to do that because usually if it ends it's because I broke up with them. And you know, they always end up wanting you back or realizing it shouldn't have happened that way or suddenly have an epiphany on where they went wrong and all that. So when it comes to moving on, I might still be recovering and everything, but when it comes to moving on, like talking to new people, I'm not gonna lie, like both times I broke up with both of my exes, 30 days.
That's it. That's all.
I was talking to somebody heavy, like 30 days later. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm the type of person, I am very routine oriented. So if something is a certain way, I'm going to get used to that. If change has to happen, sometimes I can flow with it. Sometimes it's going to throw me off. But at some point, I'm going to make adjustments. And then once I make adjustments, I'll learn to like the adjustments that I made, and then I'll get comfortable with the adjustments that I made. Then I'm like, actually, it can stay like this. Like, I'm cool. We can keep this up. I ain't even mad. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I don't think I've ever I've only been in like 2 serious relationships, and I've like 2019 I talked to a bunch of people, and to be honest, like none of them went beyond like 2 months. Like maybe because just where I was emotionally, I was like, I had just moved here, so my mind was on getting my hands on a coin and getting settled. Like I had just got out of something, and I picked up everything, packed up a truck, and moved. Came here, I'm starting from scratch. Like I'm starting completely over. So my mind was on getting my feet settled, and I was open to talking to people, but I wasn't mentally at a place where I felt like I wanted to like get into a relationship. So I'm not gonna lie, like one wrong move and it was a wrap. It was a wrap. Like,
That's it.
Yeah,
Because you just get to a certain point where you just get tired of doing
Yeah.
the same
For
stuff
real.
over and over and
For
over and over
real.
again.
For real, that's honestly where I'm at now. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like I've gone through way too much, tolerated and put up with way too much, gave chance after chance, like burnt my own self out, like giving people chances to get it together.
Right.
And over it.
There's so many
Beyond
layers
over it.
to that, because it's so many reasons that you do it. Part of it is that you love them. Part of it is because you never really seen a healthy example of it. Part of it is like this dysfunctional codependency. Like it can be a lot of reasons why you know, can stay in something dysfunctional. But like if you growing and evolving as a person, at some point you realize like this ain't working for me, or I realize like I'm worth more than this. I deserve more than this.
Yeah.
And you just kind of realize you don't have to settle. You don't have to settle, especially if you've been single for a long time. It's like I don't have to put up with none of this. If I don't like your socks, I don't have to look at it.
You breathe
like nothing. Like you don't have
sneeze too hard. Nope.
You don't have to. I mean, obviously nobody's perfect, and you know when you talking to people or you making a decision on who you're gonna date, you have to kind of decide, is this something that I can live with?
Exactly. Yep.
Or is this something that's like, I know this is going to be a problem for me later? Or is this like an absolute no-no? Some stuff is a no-no on the shallow end for me, and some stuff is a no-no like in real life. Like, this is no. So, I don't know. I know I'm kind of picky, to be honest. Definitely no.
Super picky.
I can't.
Super picky.
I can't. Y'all have a type?
Yes.
I used to,
We
but
talked about
honestly, trial and error, the type don't matter.
'Cause
To me.
I definitely didn't
To
feel her
me.
type.
Really?
Mm-mm.
You like light skin?
Oh no. And I always tell him, like, you don't realize, looking at your track record, that you have a type.
Yeah.
But, like, for me, I just got to a point in my life where it's like, okay, clearly my type and this track record isn't what's meant for me, because they all do the same thing. So, you know, I stopped looking, like you said, for the shallow stuff and the physical appearance and really, like, what's inside of them, how they treat you, chivalry, all this other stuff. And that mattered more to me than my type.
I used to feel that way. Until like I'm trying to English. Like I used to feel that way until I strayed too far outside of.
Oh yeah. Now there is a
outside
section.
of the box.
Yeah. No.
And you know, I settled hardcore.
Mhm.
You know, on the outside, because I thought what mattered the most was what was on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
But you know how you always meet the representative before you meet the actual person.
It'd be so lit in the beginning.
Yeah.
You first start
It
talking
do.
to somebody, you be like, yo, it feel like we finna get married.
Yeah.
Ooh, they'd be so perfect. And then
3 months
6 months
later.
in, 8 months in, you like, there it is.
Yeah.
That is why.
I've been waiting on this since day one.
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly. But I can say like all of my exes don't fit what I feel like my type is because of that reason. Because I felt like, you know, the whole cliche that, oh, it'll be someone who's not your type. I feel like it's the other way around for me.
Really?
Yes. Because all of my exes are not what I consider my type to be. Like, not even close. Not even close to what I would consider my type to be. So I feel like it's going to be the other way around. My type, and I feel like we talked about this in a previous video.
Probably did.
My type, I like someone who's about my complexion. tall, with locks.
I used to like them football players, but not anymore. I mean, unless you play football, let me know.
I went outside of my type one time and it was like, yep, nope.
It was a major fail.
He was possessive and controlling. He wasn't at all my type. And the thing is, like, when we first started talking, I wasn't even feeling like I was super attracted to him. It was like, you like this far out of the friend zone. Like, I just barely liked you, and he liked me a whole lot. What? And I was honest about how much, you know what I mean, where I was at. But it was like he had his own agenda in terms of how he felt about me. But then I was like, do you like me, or are you in love with the idea of being in love and you want...
Exactly.
Because it was like he was really, really laying it on thick. Like, you want me to wake up tomorrow, literally, and be in love with you.
What?
Like, he kept asking me, so how do you feel, though? But how do you feel, though? And I'm like, I literally don't have, like, I don't have feelings for you. Like, you, like, relax. Like,
right? Calm
the
down.
chemistry between us is gonna have to happen naturally, and if it doesn't, then you can't make me fall for you. He tried to buy me. He tried to emotionally manipulate me. Like, and he admitted it. He was like, "Well, I didn't even mean none of that. I just wanted to see what you was gonna do." And because he admitted that he likes the crazy type, but I'm the opposite. I'm actually like nonchalant. I won't say nonchalant, but like, before you ever make me get to a point where I'm turning up, I will completely remove myself.
Exactly.
Like, I'm not even gonna go there. But like, you're trying to create that reality for me, or trying to provoke that kind of response. Like,
that's toxic.
It is.
Right. Because
So
he wanted me to have feelings for him so bad, so he was like hunting for any type of inkling that I liked him like that. And I'm just like, you making this worse. Like, the more you force it, the less I want parts. Like, calm down.
Right.
No.
We only talked for like 2 months, but that it felt like a year.
So what makes y'all entertain somebody that's not y'all type from the jump?
Because, okay, it was a month after I moved here, and I'm in a new space, a new mental space, fresh out of a relationship. I'm in Georgia now. I'm trying to run this checkup. Like, well, maybe I should move different. I want different, so maybe I should move different.
Right.
Maybe what I need ain't what I think is gonna be packaged in. You know what I mean? Trying to think outside the box, and it was like, no.
Yeah, I need to stay inside the box.
No.
What's your type? Quiet.
Right, it's even crickets over here.
I know.
I like meat on meat bones.
Period.
Oh my gosh.
So, I got my type.
Period.
Was that your type before me?
Yes.
Was it?
It was. I can't do nothing with no stick.
No.
Wow, I feel personally attacked.
But the sticks were always attracted to him. That's
really
off.
And I'm too nice.
I ain't gonna name
Yeah.
I get to feeling bad.
Why? Feeling bad for what?
Because I feel like I'm...
You don't want to hurt their feelings.
I don't intentionally try to break nobody's heart. But if you catch feelings from me, I kind of feel like I led you to that point. Yeah. Because it wasn't like a cutoff point, or I didn't see it before you started going all off to the deep end. So then I'm like backed up into a corner with my feelings, and it's just like, okay, I guess might as well go ahead and give me a chance.
Oh no.
No.
Yeah, nah. So
that might be my toxic trait. I'm the opposite. I'm quick to do this. Like,
Shrug,
I don't like it. I can't do it.
I
can't do it.
Like, what's the point wasting their time?
Yeah.
I'm asking, what's the point?
Ain't no point.
Just because
I ain't wasting nobody's time.
you wasting yours if you don't like it.
Well, yeah.
He probably didn't see it as wasting his time.
Didn't see it.
Not back then.
Okay. No, we've all. I know I have.
Until
just
after
do
the
stuff
fact.
just because. I definitely have.
But y'all, we've been talking, sharing our 2 cents on dating and best and worst dates and experiences, and we'll probably do this again because there's so much more to be said. But if you haven't already, if y'all even stayed to the end, I salute y'all because I know this video was long. Like, comment, subscribe to this channel, share this video with a friend. I always appreciate y'all for showing y'all support on my channel. I hope y'all grabbed y'all a piece of chicken or something and ate with us.
Yes.
But until next time, peace out.
Peace out.